Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English with Podcast. I'm Chris, and I'm here with Laura.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that can transform your life, the secret to setting realistic goals.
That's right, Laura. Setting goals is the first step to achieving success. But here's the catch. If your goals aren't realistic, they can backfire. Instead of motivating you, they can make you feel overwhelmed or even cause you to give up.
Exactly, Chris. So, in this episode, we're going to break it all down. We'll discuss why realistic goals are essential, how to set them effectively, and some common mistakes people make. Plus, we'll share practical examples and tips to keep you on track.
And we've prepared a PDF for this episode, full of useful tips and vocabulary to help with your learning. You can find it on our Telegram channel. We left the link in the description. Let's start by asking a simple question. Why is it important to set realistic goals? Laura, what do you think?
Well, realistic goals give you a clear direction. They're like a map. You know where you're going and how to get there. Unrealistic goals, on the other hand, can leave you feeling lost and frustrated.
That's a great analogy. Another reason realistic goals matter is that they help you stay motivated. When you achieve small milestones, you feel a sense of accomplishment, which pushes you to keep going.
And let's not forget about time and energy. We all have limits, and realistic goals ensure that we're using our resources wisely.
That's so true. For example, if someone sets a goal to exercise for 2 hours every day, but only has 30 minutes of free time, they're setting themselves up for failure.
But if they aim to exercise for 30 minutes, 5 times a week, it's achievable and fits into their schedule. Now that we know why realistic goals are important, let's talk about how to set them. The first step is to be specific.
Vague goals like, I want to be successful or I want to lose weight, don't give you a clear plan. A specific goal, however, answers the questions. What exactly do I want to achieve? How will I do it?
For example, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I want to lose 5 kilograms in 3 months by exercising 3 times a week and eating more vegetables.
Specific goals are measurable, which means you can track your progress and know when you've achieved them. The second step is to break your goal into smaller steps. This is especially important for big goals that might feel overwhelming.
Think of it like climbing a staircase. If you focus on one step at a time, it's much easier to reach the top.
Great point. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 in a year, break it into monthly or weekly savings targets.
Breaking it down also helps you identify what actions you need to take. Instead of feeling stuck, you'll know exactly what to do next. Deadlines are another essential part of setting realistic goals. A deadline gives you a sense of urgency and helps you stay focused.
But, as we mentioned earlier, the deadline has to be realistic. If it's too short, you'll feel stressed and might rush the process. If it's too far away, you might lose interest.
One way to set a good deadline is to think about your current commitments. How much time can you realistically dedicate to your goal each day or week?
And don't forget to set mini deadlines along the way. For example, if you're preparing for an exam in 6 months, you could set monthly goals to complete specific chapters or practice tests. Let's move on to motivation. Laura, why do you think it's so important to know why you're setting a goal?
Because your why is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's the emotional reason behind your goal.
For instance, someone learning a new language might do it to travel, to connect with family, or to advance their career. Each reason creates a strong personal connection to the goal.
And when you're tired or tempted to give up, reminding yourself of your motivation can reignite your drive. Here's a step people often forget: celebrating progress.
I agree. Celebrating small wins can boost your confidence and remind you that you're moving in the right direction.
Exactly. If you're trying to read more books, celebrate when you finish the first one. It doesn't have to be a big celebration, just something that makes you feel good.
Rewards can also keep you excited about your goal. For example, treat yourself to a nice dinner after reaching a major milestone. Flexibility is another important part of setting realistic goals. Laura, what happens when someone refuses to adjust their goals?
They often end up feeling frustrated or stuck. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned. Adjusting your goal isn't failing. It's being smart.
Exactly. If you plan to study for 2 hours every evening, but got a new job that changes your schedule, adjust your plan. Maybe you can study for an hour in the morning instead.
The key is to keep moving forward, even if it's at a slower pace than you originally planned. Finally, don't forget the power of support. Sharing your goals with someone can make you feel more accountable and less alone.
That's true. Whether it's a friend, family member, or mentor, having someone to encourage you can make all the difference.
And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling with a goal, sometimes a fresh perspective can give you new ideas or solutions.
Let's do a quick recap of some useful words we talked about today. Achievable, something that can be successfully completed or accomplished. Example, setting achievable goals is important to stay motivated.
But hey, I think they're achievable.
Milestone, a significant event or step in the progress of a project or goal. Example, completing the first chapter of my book was a major milestone.
This is a milestone for you.
Procrastination, the act of delaying or postponing tasks unnecessarily. Example, procrastination often happens when your goals are unclear or overwhelming.
Which means you all still have a few months of procrastination left.
Accountability, the state of being responsible for something and being willing to explain your actions. Example, sharing your goals with a friend can increase accountability.
Mr. Schrute, shareholders demand accountability from corporate leadership.
Flexible, able to adapt to changes or new circumstances. Example, setting flexible goals allows you to adjust when life gets busy.
It's called memory cloth. Notice anything? Regularly flexible.
Motivation, the reason or desire to act in a certain way or achieve a goal. Example, knowing my motivation to learn English keeps me focused on my studies.
Vern's cash, combined with an unprecedented surge in motivation, enabled me to finish the book in 4 days.
So we decided to give you grammar tests to improve your grammar level. Let's go. Let's recap what we've covered today. To set realistic goals, remember to be specific. Break your goal into smaller steps. Set a realistic deadline. Know your motivation. Celebrate progress. Stay flexible. Seek support.
These steps can help you achieve your goals while avoiding stress and burnout. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.
That's so true, Laura. Setting realistic goals doesn't mean you're aiming low. It means you're setting yourself up for success.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope these tips inspire you to start setting goals that work for you.
See you next time on Learn English with Podcast.
Bye for now.